I've got to somehow find the balance. And so my focus has to be in the thing that will create an income for me.
Blame yourself if I don't love you. Okay, breaking news, Janelle Brown's legal battle and big life changes. What happens when a reality TV star takes the reins of her own life? Well, Janelle Brown is going to show us. Let's take a look. Janelle Brown is waiting for a big court ruling, one that might change everything. This time it's regarding her property deeds after years of dealing with family dynamics and self-improvement. The Sister Wives star is on a different journey. And it's not merely about house moves. And talking of homes, guess what? Janelle's path has led her outside the boundaries of her old life with Kody, and it's all about new beginnings. Janelle, who was Kody Brown's second wife, following Meri, is now stepping into a new faith after breaking up. With Kody, she's starting a life of independence, with Kody's relationships with Robin and his increasing bond with her. Janelle and the others started experiencing issues that eventually caused their marriages to break down. These issues, particularly during the pandemic, only further solidified Janelle's resolve to move on. But that's not all. There's a war brewing over property rights, and Janelle isn't going down without a fight. Want to know how far she's willing to fight for? What's hers? Let's find out. And now that she's living her life beyond Kody, Janelle finds herself embroiled in a property battle with him over their investment in Coyote Pass. She and Meri are contemplating a lawsuit to secure they receive their fair portion of the property, a struggle. That's adding some extra dimensions to the intrigue about the Brown family. But just when we think it can't get any hotter, Janelle makes an unexpected move. Where is she going next? You won't believe it. Last week, Janelle shared with fans where she is on her life journey. On social media, she posted a lovely video of snow-covered trees in an Instagram story, confirming that she's temporarily relocated to Utah from North Carolina. She didn't specify the duration of her stay, but made it apparent that this journey was important on a personal level. Janelle said she was going to visit her sister and attend her nephew, a wedding she appeared to be truly looking forward to. Might this new Utah chapter mark the start of something great for Janelle, or is it merely another step in her journey of self-discovery? Let's continue. After years of ups and downs, Janelle is completely dedicated to turning her life. Around at the beginning of 2025, she made one thing perfectly clear: she's determined to break free from the negative and surround herself with positives. She's not only wanting to heal, but to raise herself as high as possible. In all aspects, this recent Utah trip could quite possibly be part of her detoxing process, both mentally and emotionally. Is this the ultimate reset for Janelle? After all the drama, it looks like she's finally reclaiming control. Here's what we know: her experiences in Utah have brought her happiness, and it's easy to see that she's savoring her visit with her sister. Her nephew's wedding is sure to bring additional happiness to her life, and Janelle deserves every ounce of it. But this isn't a flying visit. Janelle's been taking steps towards a new life and new experiences. And if you thought Janelle's life was all about the past, think again. She's not just looking back, she's making waves for the future. Earlier this year, Janelle went on a cruise trip surrounded by loved ones and shared photos to shoot down the bad rumors about her relationship with Christine. It's obvious that Janelle is intent on living her best life, building stronger relationships with those who matter most. Janelle's Utah trip, what's next for her and Christine? Is Janelle reuniting with someone she's long been waiting to see? Again, it seems like her trip to Utah could very well bring her closer to someone special. Let's see. With Janelle back home in Utah, fans are abuzz with excitement at the possibility of our union between her and her ex-sister wife Christine. If they do cross path, chances are Janelle will keep everyone posted on social media, and who can blame her? Fans love to see the two of them together because their friendship has always been a fan favorite. But Janelle's trip to Utah isn't solely for reunions. It's an integral part of her personal journey. But what's she really doing while she's there? As Janelle basks in the peace and fresh perspective Utah has to offer, it's obvious this trip is more than just a vacation. It's helping her recharge, stay inspired, and keep on the path of self-care. Yet even though her detox is going great, Janelle's personal life is still full of its own share of struggles. And speaking of struggles, Janelle's not merely resting, she's working hard to start anew. But is it smooth sailing? Let's take a closer look. Janelle's been totally Immersed in her entrepreneurial endeavors, from her booming t-shirt business to her efforts growing at Tata Farms. But it hasn't been without its emotional moment she recently posted. The heart-wrenching news of losing one of her chickens, proof that, even with all her success, she still deals with the ups and downs of being a business owner, alongside everything on her agenda.
Day long, in and out, for all these years, without your support, while you were deciding what you were doing without...
Janelle still manages to find time for herself, but the real question is, will the legal battle with Kody over Coyote Pass land take its toll? While Janelle catches up on relaxation in Utah, the future of her legal battle with Kody hangs in the balance. Fans are on edge, waiting with bated breath for the outcome of her fight for a stake and Coyote Pass. Will she finally win out and secure her rights to the property, or is the drama just beginning? But here's where things get really juicy. Is everything we see on TV exactly as it seems, or is there more behind the scenes in the world of Sister Wives? Things may not always be as they appear. Fans have caught bizarre things off camera in the background of the show, and some wonder, did the production crew deliberately leave things out for us to discuss? After all, it's no secret the Browns are all about keeping the viewers entertained and curious. What if it's all part of the game? Let's take a deeper look at the reality of want to know what goes on behind the scenes while filming. Here's a little secret the production crew doesn't want you to know when they're located to Flagstaff. We saw even more of the family's lives stretched out across larger houses, and let's not forget the CD sack, where Kody could readily shuttle. Between his wife's homes, fans also started noticing even creepier details when filming in their Vegas houses, fueling speculation about what was actually happening behind closed doors. But did you know the production team has some tricks up their sleeves? Keep watching to see the behind-the-scenes magic of Sister Wives before cameras start rolling. The production team carefully works their way through each home to ensure everything is ready for filming. They're especially mindful of keeping out any logos or brand name food items to avoid copyright infringement. It's just one of the many precautions taken to ensure things run smoothly and the drama keeps coming. Behind the scenes of Sister Wives, what you don't see on camera. Think everything you see on Sister Wives is just as it appears. Think again. There's more happening behind the scenes than you might guess when cameras roll for Sister Wives. There's more prep work involved than simply walking into the wives' homes and starting to film in reality. There's actually an entire pre-production process that means everything is set up ready to go in front of the camera. And that includes making sure all legal boxes are checked. Ever ask yourself why you don't see certain things on camera? Undefined. Well, let me share a little secret with you about what gets weeded out before the cameras even roll. Before production teams shoot any footage, they meticulously work their way through the wives' homes for a pre-check. They take down pictures or anything else that would reveal family members who have not signed to appear on the show. This prevents production from having to blur out a lot of things. Although you might still catch the odd thing being blurred out here and there, it's evident that everything you do see is normally pre-approved for the production, and quite probably Kody as well. However, where does this leave the unwanted drama we do catch? Is some of this background craziness intentional? Let's get into this. So whatever is on camera, whether it's a photo, a product, or even a messy room, has probably been selected to be in the frame. Or perhaps it's simply an instance of something falling through the cracks and generating unforeseen drama. In most instances, however, it's probably safe to assume that the Brown family, especially Kody and his wives, may be causing trouble on purpose for the sake of rating drama sells after all. But it's not only Kody and his wives who are doing their part. Fans have picked up on some very intriguing things at Robyn's house. Throughout the season, fans, particularly observant ones, have picked up on some odd background details in the Brown family houses. Specifically Robyn, and while each wife has had her own moments of behind-the-scenes drama, some things are more difficult to overlook than others. Let's take a peek at some of those moments fans can't help but talk about, beginning with Meri Brown, who's always been known for her meticulous organization, is normally Theone, who keeps things tidy, as a mom who works from home with only one child. It's no wonder that her house tends to remain in order, but in one special episode, something caught the eyes of eagle-eyed viewers. When the production team filmed in her kitchen, it seemed like a mess had taken over. Was this an isolated slip-up, or is there more to this than meets the eye? You won't believe what fans notice. Next, now with Meri's typical level of organization, it was surprising to see her kitchen a mess. Fans quickly reminded everyone of the mess, asking questions. Was it a deliberate action or an honest mistake. Either way, it certainly added to the drama. And then there's Janelle, whose house appears to have a never-ending fight with clutter. But can you blame her talking about chaos? Let's not forget Janelle with 6 children. No wonder her living area sometimes suffers from being overwhelmed by clutter. Janelle's house has had its share of days when piles of things seem to overwhelm it, particularly in her lounge area where one corner appeared to be awash in clutter. But wait a minute before we criticize. There's more to the story of Janelle's home life. Could that mess be more planned than you think? To Janelle's credit, she has a broad range of kids in terms of age, so that mess may not even have been hers. It might have been a combination of things from her children, or things she was holding on to for them. It's not unusual for large families to have these types of piles, sometimes even with lots of kids in the house. Now let's discuss the big picture over time. Janelle's space has become small, and here's the twist. Her bedroom was often the catch-all for everything. Janelle, like the rest of the family, has downsized over the years. Even in her larger houses, her bedroom appeared to have become the repository of all themes, but hey, who among us hasn't had a messy room at some point? And just when you think things can't get any more interesting, Robin's opinions on monogamy may just be the main event you won't want to miss this next surprise. Will Kody Brown seek another wife? The future of his family on Sister Wives. Is Kody Brown ready to take the plunge into polygamy again with everything that's happened?
I'm not going to, because you're not listening.
You're not listening to me.
And I'm not going to.
Okay, so we're done?
Goodbye.
You.
Gabriel and Garrison, who didn't follow his strict pandemic guidelines, put a strain on their bond. But it didn't stop there. Kody also lost touch with his daughter Madison, Brush, and several other kids once they moved out of the family home. And now in 2025, Kody is only close to a select few. What's actually going on between him and his kids by 2025? Kody's relationship with his children was even more strained. He's now only close with the kids he has with Robin since breaking up with Christine, Janelle and Meri during Sister Wives seasons 17 and 18. Kody became fully committed to a monogamous relationship with Robin, separating himself even more from his former wives and their children. But the most dramatic bit his former wives have been vocal about: their disgruntlement with Kody for years. Let's find out what they've been saying. Meri, Janelle, and Kristen have all publicly denounced Kody as irresponsible and unsupportive boyfriend. As Kody's marriages to his ex-wives began to crumble, they each discovered their voice decrying the manner in which he treated them and their families. Christine isn't holding anything back. She's telling the world exactly why she left Kody, and her newest statement is a doozy. Continue reading to see what she said. Christine has openly criticized Kody for attempting to silence their children and make dubious choices about their raising, such as his approach to parenting duty with Peyton and other Brown children. Her criticism of Kody indicates how much her frustrations have been intense throughout the years. And the kicker, Christine's new life post-Kody is all about empowerment, and she's no longer holding anything back. Let's delve into how she stepped up to her own. Christine has had years of experience in living sincerely, and recent behaviors such as spending Christmas with a stranger indicate that she's making progress, and a significant one. Her transformation has taken her to try out new relationships, indicating that she's really leaving her past with Kody behind. Is this new guy really a better version of Kody? It certainly appears that way. Christine is rebranding herself, and this is just the start. Christine's new independence and confidence are indications that she's no longer keeping quiet about her issues with her empowerment and resolve to put her own happiness first. It's obvious she's starting a whole new chapter in her life. Kody Brown's controversial parenting, a son's shocking allegations, and family disputes. Did Kody Brown actually attempt to control his children through the Sister Wives contract? One of his children has made a shocking accusation that could change everything you believed about him in 2023. Son Peyton Brown of Kody and Christine made the shocking disclosure in a YouTube sit-down with John Yates. Peyton claimed Kody tried to use the Sister Wives contract to manipulate many of his children and include bespoke clauses that would advantage him. But this accusation takes it to another level. What if Kody tried to silence his own children from speaking against him? You won't believe what Peyton tells Kody attempted to put in the family's contract. Peyton said Kody attempted to get network executives towed a provision to the contract, stating that he did not want his kids posting anything derogatory about him on social media. This discovery creates an image of a much darker side to the Brown family dynamic, where freedom of speech in the family may be in jeopardy. Christine had no part in this. What did she say about Kody's move to shut down their children's voices? Peyton also added that Kody's actions create tension with Christine, who resisted his efforts to muzzle their children's voices. In Peyton's opinion, Kody was more or less attempting to make a rule in order to keep his children quiet about criticizing him. His resentment of criticism probably contributed to the growing estrangement between him and most of his children. How did Kody's anger and need for control impact his relationship with his children? It wasn't a matter of contracts, it's more than that. As the Brown children grew older, they rightly became more self-sufficient, but Kody resisted this process, seeing his children's increasing self-sufficiency as disobedience. His attempts to exert dominance only increased conflict within the household, especially among his adult offspring. Could the temper of Kody really have been the cause? Peyton's TikTok video may be the answer. In 2022, Peyton uploaded a TikTok clip that gave greater insight into Kody's frame of mind. He explained any man of the house, who is he, required to say, "I am the man of the house," is no real man of the house. Peyton theorized that Kody demanded that his family act like kings in relation to him, and that insisting on reminding people constantly that he was in charge only created more tension. This quote tells us a lot. What does this say about Kody's relationship with his children? Though let's get into the larger picture.